If you're sponsoring a lot of influencers and you noticed your conversions are okay, but they could be a lot better. Well, last week we talked with over 22 e-commerce influencer marketers, and we found that the halo effect is one of the biggest factors in determining if your influencers will convert or if they won't. So in this video, I'm going to break down what is the halo effect. When you hire an influencer to promote your product, what you're going to find is the first time they promote it, okay, the first influencer you promote, you might get some sales. These are sales, okay? Sales are here. And then when you get the second time, you get a little bit more. But when you start getting to the third time of promoting that product, whether it's the same influencer or it's another influencer niche, you're going to notice your sales, whoop, up they go. And then when you get to the 10th time, the 10th promotion within that very niche realm, you're going to get an exponential spike that keeps going up. Now, the reason for this is the halo effect. No one buys something the first time they see it. People have to see something multiple times, and that's when everyone makes the purchase. So you can use this to your advantage by finding multiple influencers in a very niche circle so that the same person keeps seeing those influencers that they all follow promote your product. So they will actually go and buy your product, and that's what takes your conversion through the roof. So how do you find these influencers? I'm going to talk about two ways. First is Modash. Go on their platform. You can put in a bunch of filters. Go open up a couple profiles from the influencers you like. Let's say you like this influencer, open up the profile, then go on their channel, select all the comments, put it into ChatGPT and ask it, how relevant are these comments to my target audience, okay? And how much, and then go to ChatGPT, take the comment sections of these YouTubers and put in how related are the audiences from both of these YouTubers. And what it's going to do is it's going to say, what is the overlap of the audiences based on the comments? And sometimes it'll literally be the same people commenting on two of these similar influencers. Because when someone is interested in a niche, they'll follow multiple people in that niche. Now, the second way is go on Apify and build your own list. So for example, let's say I'm in gut health and I have a gut health supplement brand, which some of you might. Type in gut health, use Apify, run it, find a bunch of videos. I ran it here, for example. And then you're going to have a bunch of videos for your topic, the channel names. So Ali Abdal, Dr. Faye Bate. And then from there, you can load this into GPT-4 Sheets. So you can export it as a CSV, just like this, open it up, either GPT-4 Sheets. So then as soon as this is loaded, and you can take as many videos as you want, you can install this really nice extension called GPT-4 Sheets on the App Store. And then when you open this, it'll basically allow you to select all of these rows and then categorize each person and actually niche down, are they actually in gut health? And then from there, this would be your go-to list. And you'll also have a bunch of data that you can go off. Now, there's also a manual method. Go through Instagram, find the creators, copy the comment sections from their first few posts, put into ChatGPT and say, how much does creator A and creator B all overlap? Because a lot of the time, the comment section will tell you what type of people are watching. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is using a competitor strategy. Now, the second thing I'd like to talk about is this unorthodox strategy. So for example, with Omnilux, that's exactly what we did. This was a campaign that ran a budget of $70,000. We made $119,000 in sales with a 1.7. This was sponsorships that we did in 25. Let me just show you all time, actually. We just tracked the videos through our internal dashboard. We did a bunch of nano influencers and then one really big macro creator, Mackenzie William, as you can see here. We actually have all the videos of the sponsorships. This is just something that we track. And what we did quite simply, all of these creators and that we really found and made sure, and you can see now, here's something interesting to add on. A lot of the time, the sponsorship strategy. Now, here's something interesting. Now, here is something a lot of you never want to sponsor an influencer who just was sponsored by. That's actually one of the best ways to get more conversion. When your competitor, someone, they spend time educating because the audience now knows they should. But a lot of them would not have learned. Either they didn't like something company, or they just saw it for one of the first times and they were new to the idea of that. Red light this. They are quite popular, but a lot of our competitors had also sponsored, a lot of Omnilux's competitors had also sponsored Mackenzie Williams in the past, right? But there wasn't a lot of purchase because people didn't really trust a lot of the red light therapy masks. It took someone like us, Omnilux, whose value proposition was in having the certifications and not some Chinese knockoff. It took those certifications as a value to then convert those people. And it was phenomenal. Now, the halo effect actually plays a direct, people see A product sponsored one, they build trust. And when you just come along, you scoop up people who've already built trust in your type of product. They just have to see that you are the right type of person. All they have to convince themselves is you are the right company to actually buy this. So here's just a breakdown of what I mentioned earlier. And this works especially well if you have a product that is hard to sell because people don't trust. So key takeaways is start using the halo effect. You're gonna notice so key takeaway, find multiple influencers, follow the halo effect. You're gonna notice multiple